Hi, this is Rosie from Baby Boomer Collectibles, and I want to share with you some very collectible and fascinating print ads that I have been gathering from magazines like the Holiday Magazine, Post, Life. Fascinating history. But looking at these print ads, you want to pay attention to the copy and the design. It's just fascinating. This is an ad for Old Fitzgerald, which is a bourbon. Look at the graphic here. And Old Fitzgerald is a bourbon that is manufactured actually in Kentucky. And the history of it, which is fascinating, the 1870 was introduced, and it was only introduced and limited to the rail and steamship lines. The public, I found out, did not get the brand introduced to them until 1990. And since then, the brand has been sold, which was in 1999, and it's sold to Heaven Hill. But it's just totally fascinating. It's got a good, strong reputation. And those of you who drink bourbon, you know it. I need say no more. Look at this very nice setting here. It looks like it's sterling. Okay, well, let me move on here. I need to introduce to you a couple others. Next one is Four Roses. Now, Four Roses is another Kentucky brand. But what I'm fascinated about is, this is the Frankfurt Distillers. Here is, look at the copy. An ornamental way of saying, again this Christmas, wouldn't you rather give and get 4 roses? Look at this picture. What is it? 4 roses. Very well done. There's no mention here, and I'm looking of the photographer, but very nice. Found out that 4 Roses was actually by the Curran Brewery in Japan, but it's distilled in Kentucky. Very strong reputation. And those people that like collecting these kinds of ads for different alcohol brands and label changes, just it's fascinating. So now this one here, and the ones I'm introducing to you tonight are already up on eBay. So if you went to my eBay store, Baby Boomer Collectibles, you would see them. Matson to Hawaii. Now there's several ads of this. This is a little interesting, a whole lot interesting. See the cartoons on the side, and here this color and people are having fun in Hawaii. It's fascinating because here we're talking about the 50s. Look at the dress, and this is actually an illustration, I think, more than an actual photograph. Well, let me keep going here. The next ad is Viewmaster. Now, Viewmasters we don't use anymore, but it's just so interesting. This was fun. Stereoscopic pictures. And people used to be entertained. Now we have Netflix and we have everything on our phone. But the entertainment was, at one point, looking at pictures. Look at that. Children are actually excited. They got their gifts and they're looking at pictures. Oh, through the Viewmaster. That is so cool. So I have that one up. This one, black and white. Black and white blended scotch. What could be nicer at Christmas? But look at this wonderful black and white drawing of the two adorable puppies. Now, if you look closer here, you can see Morgan Dennis was the artist. This is worthy of framing, especially if you love black and white and you love animals. So, here's another one here. 1951. And this is from a 1950 holiday magazine. And you notice here it says December. Studebaker. Studebaker. Look at that, a brand new. They were introducing then the brand new 1951 in the lowest price field. A brand new Studebaker. And here it is, 1951, with a brand new V8. Look at that. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Look at the skyline here. Now, this particular ad, does it say how much it is? No. But sometimes it's fascinating to see these ads and they tell you how much it is and you say, no way, that's my mortgage payment and I can get the whole car for that? Ah. All right. Now, this ad, Marlboro cigarettes. Yes, you need never feel oversmoked. That's the miracle of Marlboro. This is before folk were really cognizant of really the not the non-health benefits. But it's interesting, especially if you're doing workshops on smoking and workshops talking about the fact that you shouldn't expose children to smoke. But this ad right here in the 50s, you see the baby saying, gee, mommy, you sure enjoy your Marlboro. Yes, you need never feel oversmoked. That's the miracle of Marlboro. So here you have a child endorsing the smoking of that Marlboro. Okay, this right here, United Aircraft, where they're focusing on the fact that their crafts fly above the bad weather. So you see here a storm, and you see the aircraft is actually flying above it. The air is yours. Use it to travel above the bad weather. Fascinating. And usually what people do with these ads, and I don't sell them already framed yet, but these ads get matted and framed. And some people may just mat them and don't actually put them in a frame. But too many things. And you know, it's interesting if you look on the back here, and I'm not selling this part. This is actually a Mexican immigration officer stands guard at the side of the international bridge across which 8 million people pass each year. Fascinating. This is in the 50s. This was in December 1950. And so another thing good about looking at old magazines is reading what was the thought about issues at that time. And there are some fascinating, eye-opening articles usually. Just unbelievable. You'll never be bored with old magazines. Now, here we have another one here. Puerto Rican rum. Enjoy the drive. light-bodied rums of Puerto Rico. And here's a recipe. And it's a very bright, colorful ad. And on the back, and that's not even the ad that I have up. I have this one, the California Zephyr, Zephyr. I really want to go on this. I have to find out if they're still doing this. The train that gets fan mail. This seems fascinating. So, probably because I was personally fascinated with it. But, and also there's some other smaller ads. And anytime is Taylor time. Well, usually what you do with these ads, if you're putting them up, which is what I do, is I research and see what has sold and sold listings. And that helps quite a bit to determine what I should start my price with and whether I should even bother listing it or just hold it and frame them myself or share it with someone. This one is 1949, and this is with the Austin car, Austin of England. Let's take the Austin. And so I actually brought this ad. And here on the flip side, the Austin here. I love looking at the style of dress that people had, these old ads. And this one here that I'm coming up with, I purchased this one too. Probably because I personally like this car. It's the Jaguar. 1964 Jaguar. Look at that. That's fascinating. And I didn't put this one up. This is the all-new Runson 66. But I have this one up. And this one is the Sportsman type. This is actually promoting Sportsman aftershave. But, of course, it's like having the good-looking woman buy the car. You buy the car because the woman looks good. But I was fascinated with the photography here. You notice her dress is black and everything else is black. And so that your eyes are just focusing in on her legs and her face. And the copy says, man's idea, rugged aftershave lotion with just enough sting to make you shiver. Word use. A little, 150 proof. Made to use every day or as often as you shave. $1 plus tax. And finally, this one. Remember Jane Wyman? Well, Jane Wyman is in this old ad. And this is, again, the Holiday Magazine. This was 1950 of December, promoting the Stereo Realist camera. I have this one up. It's good for the camera buffs. People who know picture taking and picture making prefer the Stereo Realist. There's Jane Wyman. And because Jane is doing it, you gotta get this realist. A lot of times ads that have people in them that you know that are celebrities, they have a higher value, least perceived value. And I look for those kinds of ads, people that were named sports figures that are in the ad. That's interesting too. A lot of travel ads can go well too. This is Trinidad and Tobago. This right here is, okay, Shelby bike. So for your bike enthusiasts or collectors, Shelby bike. Before they had 10 speed, Shelby bike. I don't know what Shelby bikes are going for now, and I don't know if people are even buying them or riding them, but This is fascinating for the people who are bicyclists. Well, that's all for right now. I'll join you another time. I'm having a lot of fun. Take care.